Hello everyone, and today I have three wonderful girls, and all of them are from Latin America. And the topic of our conversation is Indian cuisine versus Latin American cuisine. And I'm very curious to listen what are the main differences because I really love Latin American cuisine. Although I tried only Mexican food mainly, I don't know much if there is a big difference between Colombian food or Mexican, so today we will know that. And we will compare Indian food as well. And first of all, I would like to ask you to introduce a little bit yourself, just where are you from, where do you live in India, and for how long? Okay, who would like to start? Who is the brave one?
Okay, I start. I'm Karen. I'm from Mexico, and I'm living in India for around 3 years, I think so. Yes.
And you're living in Mumbai.
And yes, I'm living in Mumbai.
Okay, great. Erika? Lorena?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Erika. I am from Bogota, Colombia. And I have been living here. I live in Darjeeling in Northeast India. I have been living here as well, like 3 years. I came in November 2019.
That's great. And you, Lorena?
I'm Lorena. Now you know. Hi. I've been also living in India for almost 3 years. I came in September 2019. I live in Kolkata.
Wow. Yes. All of you live in India 3 years. What a coincidence.
Just before pandemic.
Yeah. You are lucky.
Yeah, I live here in Kolkata. It's West Bengal. It's the same
Yeah,
state.
we're very close.
Just south.
Yes, great. And first of all, I would like to ask you one question. What are your favorite Indian dishes? Let's say top 5. Or maybe you have more, I don't know, maybe less. What do you like the most in Indian cuisine? Because I would imagine that Latin American and Indian cuisine are totally different. So what did you like the most in Indian, among Indian dishes?
Well, I start. I am a huge fan of Indian food, like very, very fond of Indian food. My favorite dish is called idli. That it's like the little like arepas. I don't know what to say. It's amazing, like with sambar and peanut chutney. I can eat without stop. That is a little. It's a little dangerous for me because I can't stop eating. So I love it. I love dosas, paratas also. It's not very and I love sabjis like vegetables, like saute vegetables, and I love kaju barfi. Like for me, the sweets, I'm not very fond of the Indian sweets, but kaju barfi is like my favorite one, and I can't stop either. So it's just like I can't stop.
I want to ask you something because all of your favorite dishes are from South India, but you are not married to a South Indian.
I haven't been in South India. It's so funny.
Yes, but where did you try it? Or your husband likes South Indian dishes?
No, like my mother-in-law prepares dosas, idlis. When I was living in Gurgaon, we used to go to like restaurants and I would order. And when I was backpacking in North India, I always order that. So I think it's just something weird that happens.
That's amazing. Yeah, because I hardly tried anything from South India. Okay, recently we discovered one wonderful cafe, Indian cafe, South Indian. And my kids, they really like dosas. So now maybe I can try to make them at home, but I don't have any idea how to make them. Really, I never tried. We don't eat them at home.
You learn.
There is ready-made butter. So you just order it from Swiggy, from Blink. That's what so I have my dosa. And it, well, I don't have much, but dosas I love. but I don't make the batter. I buy it.
Good.
Yes, maybe I can just try to make some time at home. But for now, okay. For now, we enjoy it at the restaurant.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Anything else you would like to add? Any more favorite dishes, Erika? Or you already?
Me?
Yes.
I was thinking about biryani. Lately, I have been craving a lot for pulao. I don't know why. I'm pregnant, so like sometimes I just crave for weird things. So pulao, it's something that I have been craving a lot, like biryani and pulao. I don't know why. So sometimes I'm just like telling my husband, "Can you please order?" And something that it's not Indian, but I am a huge fan is momos
Oh
because I
yeah.
live in Northeast
Ah,
India,
yes,
no? So
yes.
like, oh
Yes.
my God, like I can't. We sit and we just like we eat so much, and it's very funny because when I was going to get engaged with my husband, I came to India to like to get my in-laws blessing. And one of the biggest worries of my mother-in-law was that I was like, how is she going to eat? No, from Colombia, is she going to stand Indian food? And she was very surprised that I couldn't stop eating. My father-in-law was like, you have to eat a little bit because what if you get sick? Every people that come to India get belly sick. So just like eat a little. And I was like, I can't stop. I love food, Indian food. It's so weird.
Yes, because you were really interested in Indian culture before you met your
Yeah.
husband. I don't know about you, Arena, if you really liked India before you met your husband, or
Yes, yes. I
if you
I,
tried Indian food.
I
Yes.
actually like he was very surprised that I liked so much India and like I knew so much about India. He was like, "But why?" And I don't know. It's just like something that I have learned. And in Colombia, we have a couple of restaurants, and I used to work in the Indian embassy. So like I know the owners of the restaurants in Colombia. So like I would always tell him like, "Can we go to an Indian restaurant, please?" And he's like, "Oh, really?" Okay, because yes, I Colombian food is nothing to do with Indian food, like not at all.
Yes, that we will also talk about. Yeah.
Yes,
So you were
yes. So
Indian. You were Indian in your previous life. Okay,
I
that's for
think that
sure.
I am Colombian by heart, by blood, by Indian by heart. It's just like
Yes,
something that I
exactly.
repeat myself. It's like I was born in Colombia, but my heart has always been Indian in some
Yes.
way.
That's a great thing for me to know. I actually met mostly Mexican girls who are really crazy about India. I don't know, so many of them on Instagram. They write something in Spanish, but then I translate. It's like, my heart is for India. I love India so much. And I was, wow,
Yes,
that's
yes.
amazing. Yes. And okay, what are your favorite dishes? Who would
I
like to?
no,
Okay.
shut up.
Yes, sure.
I
Oh, good. Good.
um everything. Well, yes, I have tried Indian food. I think from most of the regions.
Mhm.
But I really like well Bengali food in general. It's where I live. North Indian food, the tandoor, the kebabs. That's my love. Kebabs and momos I could eat like nothing. I could survive on those.
Wow, you make
Only
me
with that.
hungry, girls, when I imagine all these dishes.
No, I'm glad I had my lunch before this call. Otherwise, I will be very hungry when we finish. Uh, Another dish is puchka. Well, that is more like a snack, but the puri? No, it's not puri. Sorry, the
Ah,
kolgappa, I guess in Hindi, or
Yeah, Golgappa, yeah.
in Bengali is puchka. Oh my God, no. Igual, that's the thing. There's this stall. I mean, they are sold in stalls. I could be there for an hour and keep eating and eating. Those ones. Some other thing is like tok jol, which is a fish with tamarind. We Mexicans have this like we are used to these sweet sour flavors. So
yes.
that reminds me a lot of our sweets. I mean, this is a main course, but still it's sweet for me, as well as the achars.
Yeah.
The achar is like a sweet for me. It's like, yes. The first time I remember I ate achar here in India, I was like, wait, this tastes like very famous candy in Mexico. Oh, I found my candy.
That's amazing.
I never
Yeah.
try. I will.
The mango achar
Mango chat.
tastes like the coating of the sandia, the sandias de Chile.
Okay. I will try it.
So yeah, I like dosas too very much.
Mhm.
What else? What else? This is chire. It's called chire, I guess. It's the flat rice.
Mhm.
The
Yes.
flattened that is,
Hoja.
It's called
Aha.
chura.
yeah, chura.
Ah,
It's
different
like
name.
a snack.
Different name,
Yes,
right?
yes,
It's like, where?
you learn something and then in other region it means it's another word, so
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
think the names can be different. Yeah, that's why in some
Yes.
region they call it like one name, and it might be not familiar, but okay. But Lorena, did you try Indian food back in Mexico?
Yes, I did. There were a few restaurants there. I think the first time I tried, I was probably 16, 17. I had a group of friends that we used to gather to eat. So we will decide, okay, this day this weekend we try Japanese, then Chinese, then this. So one day Indian food was on the menu, and yeah, we loved it very much. And I find it good. I mean, in general, I think Indian food has some hints of Mexican because the ingredients are the same to some extent.
yes.
Just we use them differently. I think.
Yeah. And I
Yeah,
see
somehow.
one question, just it's also connected to food. So I will ask you, who likes simple dal chawal? Anyone likes it? Yes, dal chawal.
That is something that I eat every day, no? So like
Yes.
yes, I eat
I don't know what it is.
No,
rice and lentils.
Ah,
Dal and
dal chawal.
huh?
Ah, okay.
yeah,
Dal chawal.
Dal chawal,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah,
it's khichdi in Bengali.
No. I don't think he's referring to khichdi itself. He's referring to just like the dal and the chawal, like the normal staple diet of India.
yes, the most common dish, I
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
like the everyday kind of food.
Yes.
Because khichdi is like dry, no? Together you put boiling chawal and rice.
Yeah, it's all
Chawal
together.
and dal together. And chawal dal or dal chawal is like rice you put apart and then you put dal with juguito, with
Yes.
juice, and that is dal chawal. But I don't know, maybe it's different and you haven't tasted
How the
different names.
spices? Because yeah, the khichdi has some spices, but
Yeah.
this one doesn't, right?
Yes.
I'm getting that it doesn't have.
But
We eat it
khichdi in Ayurvedic medicine, khichdi is mostly for like when we're sick, no? Like like your stomach is upset or something. And dal chawal is something is just like we eat in a regular basis, no?
Yeah.
I don't know if it has happened to you, Erika, that your mother-in-law, every time you get sick of your stomach, khichdi khalo, no?
Yeah.
Eat khichdi,
That's
eat
why
khichdi, because
my
yeah.
husband says that khichdi is like the food for the sick.
Yeah.
So it always makes you feel good about yourself. Yeah, he
Yeah,
said
see?
khichdi is
No, this is
different,
something
but
different.
it's delicious as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's different, yeah.
Yes,
So,
at the beginning I didn't like it, but then I got the flavor and
Yeah.
yeah.
yes, anything else you like? Or you mentioned most of it?
No, I think I mentioned most of it.
Yes. Okay, and you, Karen, what do you like the most?
Well, in my case, I think Erica will won't believe this, but the only thing I cannot eat, I don't like, it's idli. That's one of yes. I'm so sorry. When you say that was your favorite food, I was like, oh my god. Yeah, I tried it with one of my husband's friends, and it was like we were in their home, and you know you cannot reject food. No, that is not good here or anywhere, but here is like a most thing, and. I was like, oh my God, what is this? No, I don't like it. The sour flavor and like it was, what am I eating? And I like all the food. I mean, I am a foodie and I couldn't eat that. Then I try it
But you
again
don't
because
like
I
the
thought that
sambar. Are you talking about the soup of the like the sambar? Because that is the one that is sour.
no, only the idli like
Everything.
this,
Oh,
everything.
like the
I cannot
arepuela.
say. I'm so sorry. And one time my sister-in-law made idli. I was, you know, it one is a little complicated. No, you need a special like utensils to do it and like that.
A
And I
special
said
pot
like,
to make them.
yes, and I was like, oh my God, no, I cannot eat. So when you said it, I was like, oh my God, that's the only
That
thing
is
I can.
so
And that's
funny.
yeah, that's the only thing in Indian food that I cannot eat. I can eat everything, and actually, I listening to you guys and have like a clear understanding about like South Indian food and North Indian and like that. Actually, I am not. I feel ashamed about that because I only eat. I mean, I don't know if it's from South, from, and my husband teach me like every day, like, oh, this is a food from South and like that. And I just forgot. No, it's like I just forget. And I'm ashamed, a little bit ashamed of that. One of the my favorite dishes is samosas. I love samosas, and it's like I cannot eat enough. And actually, this kachori, that's I love that, and also um, and chole batura.
Oh, yes, this
I
is my
love.
favorite. Yes, I can eat it
I
all the time. Yes, indeed.
and paratas, obviously. I think we all love paratas.
Yeah.
And
Much.
I think I don't know if that happened to you, but happened to me and like every person I know that came to India, Shahi Paneer. Like you came to India, it's like you love Shahi Paneer. I don't know if you guys think same, but I love Shahi Paneer also.
Yes, it's very tasty. Yes, because it has sweet taste. It's not spicy. It's really sweet. Do you mean
Yes,
that one? Yeah,
it's not
it's
so
very
sweet, but
tasty.
yes, it has a little bit taste. So that's my favorite dishes, I think so.
Yeah, I think you mentioned most of them are Punjabi dishes. I would say like chole bhature. Yes, it's also my favorite. Yeah, North India. Okay, let's say North Indian dishes. Yeah, so you prefer
Okay.
more of
I
them. Shahi
forgot
paneer.
about something that Karen reminded me. Chat. That it's like I don't know what it is, but it's like a little thing that they put something and it has like sour cream and like tamarind sauce and everything. My God,
Ah,
that
yes, yes,
blend
yes.
of 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 tastes is so good. I can't. It's just like it's
Oh,
so good. And when
se
we
me hizo agua la
we
boca.
lived just like for 2 weeks in Kolkata, we saw people eating pani puri, and people were like eating a lot of pani puri in the street. And I am really afraid of pani. Like I don't eat in the street because like
Mhm.
in
Oh,
Mexico it's very common you eat in the street. But I don't eat anything in the street
ah.
because of like I would get sick. I'm sure. So everyone was eating, and I would ask my husband like, "Why are they eating and they're enjoying so much? I want." And he's like, "No. Like, please, let's try it somewhere else because you will get sick."
Yeah,
But
and
pani
I
puri,
see.
no chat.
Yeah,
Chat is I really like it.
Yeah.
yeah. One time
When
we ordered it from the restaurant, and it was so spicy that none of us could eat it. It was I don't know, my mouth was burning. My husband was saying, what is it? Why they made it so spicy? And I can't handle it. Kids they said, no, we can't eat it. So, but it was tasty indeed, but they put too much, I don't know, chilies or whatever, but I could handle it. And I see a question, who likes dokla? I think dokla is a Gujarati dish.
Me,
if
me,
I'm
me.
not.
I like. Yesterday we ate
What?
dokla.
I like it depending on who makes it.
Okay.
And there was one
Dokla
more
is
question. Sorry, I just...
dokla is like a little cake, no? Like a
I
corn cake or something.
don't like. But the one that my mother-in-law cooks, it's very good. It's the only one. It's acceptable to eat for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a bad experience in Gurgaon with doklas. I was like, why would people like this? But my mother-in-law prepares very good dokla.
Yes, and there was a question if your husbands cook sometimes at least, or only you cook
Yes.
at home. Yes.
Yeah,
Very good.
my husband loves cooking, and he loves cooking chicken curry. It's
Oh,
like his
wow.
specialty, and he's just like all empowered with his chicken curry. He cooks very, very well.
Great.
Mine too. And he likes to experiment with everything, actually. So sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad. I, anecdote, when I was pregnant, I was not feeling like having like too much spicy food. So he said, let's make a pasta. And because, yeah, it is less spicy, right? But
Yeah.
not to make it like Indian spicy, he just makes a lot of Western spices. It was
Oh.
spicy. I mean, it was not bad, but it was not what I expected. And pregnant, you know that can be tricky.
Oh my God, it's something that has happened to me. I can't eat a lot of Indian food right now.
Mm.
Like I can't stand the curries at all.
Hmm.
So when my mother-in-law prepares like fish curry or chicken curry, I have to prepare pasta salad or pasta or something because I can't stand the spices. It's
Yes, of
very
course.
difficult for me.
Yeah, the taste change, yeah, during the pregnancy. I think with everyone, yeah, like some people, like my
Yeah,
friend, who loves
and like
fish,
I
all
don't know
these
but
yet.
spices, the spices give me a lot of heartburn, like
yes,
Uh,
acidity. Oh,
uh, yeah.
so it's been very difficult because the only times that I've gotten really sick during the pregnancy is because I have eaten a little bit more than I should. I love paneer butter masala, for example. I love it, and I can't stop eating. I am a little compulsive with Indian food, so bear with me. And I overate paneer, and oh my god, I got super sick.
He said, no, no more.
yeah.
Yeah, so like sometimes I just like for 3 months I've had to stop eating Indian food.
Yeah, yeah. So something simple. Okay,
Yeah.
and I want to ask you girls, okay, first I ask you what were your favorite dishes, but are there any dishes which you can't stand? Yeah, like there are some things. It's not that you always like everything, even in your own cuisine, there is something what you don't like or can't eat, but I'm sure there might be something what you didn't like in Indian food. Is there something?
Well, I would start with achar. I can't stand achar like at all. And all these pickles, whoa, I can't. Like my husband takes achar just like as a dessert, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense to me. Like, why do you eat that? Like, and he's like, try it. It's very good for your health. I'm like, blah, no, I can't stand achar at all. Um, I think like my husband is not vegetarian. I am mostly vegetarian. I can't stand a lot of protein, animal protein, but they love mutton. I can't stand mutton at all. Like just the smell when they start cooking, like I can't. It's very very strong for me, and they enjoy so much that I can't understand how that happens. So it's very and the jalebi. My God, I don't understand why people like jalebi. It's just like too yellow and like too sweet. I don't understand. Like my husband is like, and I'm like, why? Like, why does that exist? And like how they prepare it in the streets is like, why does this happen? It's so weird. Yeah, those three things are just like my
Es un
killers.
churro.
Yeah, for me, Indian sweets are too sweet. I don't
Yeah.
know. I can't handle that. I don't like sweets in general, but Indian sweets are like extra sweet than normal sweets, I would say. So for me, it's difficult, yeah, to eat them. The only thing I like, it's actually very popular Bengali sweet, coconut laddu. This I love a
Oh
lot.
my
Laddu.
god,
And
laddus.
so
Oh.
yeah, I was so disappointed that I can't find it in Punjab and only in West Bengal, nowhere else. Yeah, so that
My
was sad.
husband is obsessed with gulab jamun. He can't stop eating gulab
My
jamun.
husband.
And my mother-in-law prepares, when she prepares like thousands because she knows that my husband will like, and then he's like, I ate 12. I'm like, what? That is too much. And he's like, I can't stop. So like
Yeah,
gulab jamun is his biggest weakness, like at all.
yeah, that's
For
amazing.
me, it's a
Yeah,
little too sweet. Like, yeah, Indian sweets are too sweet.
yes,
Yes.
exactly. For me,
Yes.
especially. I don't know. For some people, it's normal, maybe, but for me, it's I can't. I can eat only one, maybe
Yeah,
one
one or
chocolate.
two, but
That's
like
enough,
sitting
more
with
than enough.
12 is too no. Yeah.
Okay, and what are your some dishes which you don't like at all? Non-favorite, let's say.
So I already said that
Yeah, I
there was
can't
a
believe I am so heartbroken right
made
now.
my statement. I hurt Erica's heart.
I will never invite you to eat Italy in my house then.
But you give it back when you said you don't like jalebi.
Yeah, yeah.
For me,
Anything else you don't like? Sorry, except idli. Anything else or other food you like a lot?
No, I think maybe that thing you said before, this yellow thing, corn thing. Um,
You mean
somebody asked about that. Maybe
sweet
no,
one?
what was that? Yes, maybe that also I don't like too much. But I can eat a little bit maybe. But yes, those like flavors, like I don't know, it's like sour like that. Too much. I don't like. So these two things. Apart from that, I can eat like everything. Also, I think Indians sweets are very sweet. I cannot eat too much, and also that was one of the first time difficult for me because I was Lorena was saying like we like sour sweet no flavor, and it is everything sweet. Milk. So, everything milky. And I was like, I need a flavor like in Mexico, no? But I like, for example, jalebi. I like too much. I cannot eat a lot of that, but I appreciate like it doesn't have like too many milk in that. Like I don't know,
Oh,
it's like a
okay.
churro. So I like that also.
That's
Yes,
funny.
but I love Indian food. I think everything I have eaten I like except Italy. Yeah.
I can't believe that. It's so weird for me.
for me, the only thing, there's two things that I was thinking about it. Definitely, I don't like corolla, which is a veggie. It's very bitter. I don't know.
Kerala,
Carela.
Karela.
Carela.
Oh my god, that is like a remedy. It's so
I
I like too much.
disgusting. Oh
my husband eats it. My husband eats it, but if it was for me, that doesn't even come into my house.
no, my in-laws eat it a lot because it's super good for the health. It's like
Yeah.
amazing for health. But like I have even tried the water and I can't. It's just like too much for me.
No,
I can't.
exactly. And sweet suji, the preparation of
Suji.
the suji.
Oh, okay.
What is suji?
It's
It's
a It's the
con semolina.
Sí,
Okay,
la
okay.
semolina.
Okay.
sweet one. I can't stand. Salty, yeah, it's one of my favorite breakfasts. But sweet one, no thanks.
Suji.
Yeah,
Like,
but,
what's this?
Yeah,
but
apart
this
from that,
is stuff Karela.
Yeah, bitter gourd.
Spices, like it's, I don't know. My mother-in-law cooked a few times, and I simply loved it. I don't know, it was so
Oh
tasty.
yeah, it is. It depends on people to people, but like I can't stand it. The smell, just
fire taste.
the like it looks like a dinosaur. I don't understand. It's just so weird.
Like a dinosaur. I
Yeah.
have to say one thing, like I prepare a really good carela. So that's one of the dishes, like everyone and my family-in-law was saying like, oh, the first time I made it and they tried like was, oh, you make a really good carela, no? So that's one of the things I cook more because I know how to make it.
Oh, wow. You should visit
Okay.
us, and maybe you will like
I
it.
will invite
Yeah.
you,
No.
all of you. So maybe you have to try with me.
Maybe we can just give it another shot. And you know what? Amla, Indian gooseberry.
Yeah.
Mm,
It's
Mm-hmm.
very
Amla.
sour. It's impossible to eat. Like I have tried. I am very fond of Ayurveda and like all these natural things, and I am mostly vegetarian. So I tried the juice. I tried amla juice. My God, we almost die.
Ah,
It's
amla.
impossible to eat. It's so sour. I was like, what can I do with this? It's so acidic and sour. It's impossible. And then I
But
tried
it's
it
very
to
good
eat like
for your eyes. For your eyes, it's the best remedy. I
it's the
even heard some
best.
cure.
It's
Yes, yes.
amazing, but it's just like I don't know how to eat it. And today, my in-laws, they buy something that it's called jamun. It's a fruit that it's
mm,
like, oh
the
my
sour.
God, like 1 month ago they got it, and I thought it was grapes. So I just like put three in my mouth. And I was like, I was like, what is this? He says jamun. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't look like a fruit. It's like it's a fruit. I'm like, this what? It's horrible. It's just like it
Yeah.
doesn't taste like anything, and it's super healthy. So
Yeah. All healthy things don't taste good. Looks like.
yeah,
I
yeah,
have
it's
on that jamun. It's jamun, right?
yes, jamun.
Yes.
I went to my in-laws last week and they also had them. And my father-in-law, have one. And I was like, okay, what is this? And
Yeah, but
I
it's
think
not
it's
taste.
similar
Yes.
to a fruit in Mexico called pingüica. It's just like smaller and
Okay.
rounder. And it's pretty sourish too, but not that much. So maybe I think it's a question of ripening them.
Okay.
That's my theory because here they love to eat the guava unripened, so it's very very hard, and
Yes.
I cannot stand that. But one fun day, I decided to leave the guava there to ripen, and I realized, yeah, I mean they were like exactly the same guavas from Mexico, or the ones I know. So, so that I think maybe this jamun needs to be ripened to be the way I eat it. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Lorena, but I want to ask you something because you are also from Mexico. I don't know because the people I know, we say in Mexico, like if you eat guava, you don't go to bathroom. You don't go to the bathroom, no? But here they eat it to go to the bathroom. I mean, my husband, I'm going to eat to go to the bathroom. Doing a lot because you are going to the bathroom too much. No, you're like, what is that? I don't know if that happened to you here because I don't understand that. It's really opposite way of thinking.
Yeah, I haven't heard about it, but I'm from Mexico. I know that if you eat a lot and on ripen, you are
Yes.
bored. So to me,
Yes.
it's weird to eat it like that, and I don't. I don't know. But for example, my mother-in-law, she likes the guava ripen. She also doesn't eat it.
Okay.
She doesn't.
Okay.
You
Maybe
know
just here.
what came into my mind? Jackfruit. We don't have in Colombia jackfruit,
Ah,
and they prepare like Indian meat, like it's
Yeah,
a
they say
protein. They
truffle.
make meat with jackfruit.
delicious.
Yes,
I
and
never tried.
I am not a fan,
You
but
don't like it?
you
Oh,
know,
you have tasted?
yeah,
I
yeah, and I don't understand it. Like
I
sometimes
like it.
the vegetables look like dinosaurs.
You don't feel
I don't
comfortable?
You
know.
don't like dinosaurs, it seems like.
Yeah.
You don't like dinosaurs. I am getting that.
No, yeah, it's just like so
He's
like
dead.
yeah, like the texture is so weird. It's just like why would you eat that?
I like it when
I
it's
like, I like.
but
You like what?
the dish they prepare, no, not so much. That's some
No,
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
but you like jaca,
I'm
the fruit?
yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah,
I don't like
jackfruit,
that.
but the
I don't like
jackfruit
jaca.
when it's raw, like when it's not ripened, they use it for meat, no?
Mhm.
And
Yes,
when
I
it's
like
and
that
then
kind.
when they ripen it, it becomes like a fruit. It's so weird. Yes, Wag Jay, I like more Indian food. I don't know. It's South Indian food. I don't know why. I have never been in South India.
Yeah, but you probably at heart you're South Indian. Like
Yeah.
that. I want to ask you something else. Was it difficult for you to start cooking Indian food, and maybe there is still something what you cannot cook perfectly? Like many girls complain, we can't make perfect chapatis. They're not round enough. It's so difficult. And do you have something like that? What is difficult for you to cook still?
I want to answer to that. I don't
Don't
Okay.
cry,
cook.
Don't cry, Karen. Don't cry. What? Lorena,
Please
you
tell
don't
me what
cook?
is your secret to that. Share your
Oh my
wisdom,
God.
please.
Teach me how you do it.
That's why we have a cook. I
Ah,
think I tried, but I don't have the taste for that. I mean,
okay.
I really tried, but every night my husband was coming from home from work, and I saw his face like
Yes,
not
that's why we're staying in India.
so. The only thing I know I prepare well, and that's even from Mexico, is the puri, the
Okay.
yeah puri. In Kolkata we call them luchi. That I make it very well. Aloo dum, that is a recent recipe I learned. And dal, it's more or less. But besides that, I don't cook.
So Lorena, you have a person who cooks for you?
Yes, yes, we.
Oh my God, that's my dream.
I I didn't. No, well, it was the other way around because I mean, I asked my husband. I mean, just let me get the grasp of this. But he said, no, it's fine. We can afford it. It's fine. You cook me the Mexican food and the other foods you know that I like very much. I said, well, okay. So that's how it
But
goes.
but do you
Oh,
cook
okay.
Bengali fish curry? It's so easy to cook and it's so tasty.
Yes.
Fish
Fish
curry.
to the fried
Curry.
fish. Yeah, it comes with.
Ah, okay.
And recently I learned machar jol. Yeah, this kind of curry. Those 4 or 5 dishes I can do, but the rest I prefer to eat. Oh, and fuchka. But
Pushka, what is that?
the pani puri. The,
Ah, okay, okay.
for Erika, you know there is pani puris now. When I saw it the first time in the store, I was like, I was because it was a pandemic, right? So you were I mean, you were advised not to eat anything from the streets and all those things. I want pani puri. And when I saw it in the store packed, I just took it and I mean, and had it, and it was very good, pretty similar to the one from the streets. So that I also learned to prepare. But yeah, I mean, we have a cook, and whatever I can grasp, more or less, I mean, if she doesn't come, I can prepare something for sure. But also the time it takes to cook Indian food, it's humongous. I mean, for me, it's not. It's something I am not willing to do.
And you have an option because here I think no, my family law is like I hire a cook. No, that is not something that you can do. No, because here also is like the food is something very special. No, so they don't conceive that the other people that you don't know is cooking for you. Even for my parents-in-law, my mother-in-law, I think that she have never eaten in a restaurant for that. So like cooking is like a very a way to show love in like that. No, when you prepare and you cook and for others like that. So for them like that there is not an option, no, and I accepted that, and I like to cook, but it's a lot of work. So that's what I say, oh my god, share your wisdom with me, because yes, it's a lot of work. Sometimes you don't have the attitude for cooking and like that, but I like it because I'm learning a lot from it, and when something gets good, it's like I am good in that, no, and but yes, it's another thing, like for example, roti. I have years living here, and I cannot make it gold. No, it's like oh my god, what is the secret? And I've been like trying different techniques, and I cannot do it well, and like yeah, it's like exhausting that. So I don't know if for you, Erica, like if you can cook a very good roti, but for me, like it's not happening.
My journey with Indian cooking has been has had its ups and downs. when I was living in Colombia, I hated cooking, like, because of course Colombian food, as you said, Mexican food is very similar to Indian food. Colombian food is nothing like Indian food, nothing at all. So every time that I would cook something, my husband would say like, this is raw, or like it doesn't taste. And I was like, you know what? I am not doing this. Like I started hating cooking like bad. So it was horrible. And then we moved to India. We started living in Gurgaon, and I started getting like serious anxiety for cooking. Like I didn't know what to cook. The vegetables are very different here than in Colombia. My husband is very, like, my mother-in-law, as Karen said, is very pamperish with food, no, because that's the way she expresses the love. It's a sacred thing. So she's like a master chef, and she cooks amazingly, and so my husband is very used to like good home food. And when I came first in Gurgaon, I was horrible. Like I couldn't cook anything. I didn't understand the fruits, the vegetables, like nothing. It was so weird. And of course, in Colombia, like Mexican food is a little bit more prepared than Colombian. My mom is like super practical, so she's like two things, and that's it. That's the food, like super quick. So like spending a lot of hours in the kitchen was horrible for me, and so I started having like serious anxiety. So we hired a cook in Gurgaon, and my husband didn't enjoy the food that much because it was very spicy. She was Bengali, and then she was using a lot of red chili, and so it has been very difficult. And now that I live with my in-laws, my mother-in-law is a master chef, no, so like I cook everything. I have learned everything from her. When they are not here, I manage to cook very well subjis, and I do very good paneer, palak paneer, butter paneer. I make every single subji. I make the more developed kind of plates. I don't do like Italy, for example. I haven't understood how to make the batter. It's something very weird for me. So like, but I use a lot of YouTube, and lately I've been having to cook a lot for myself because I can't eat what they eat, no, because of the spices. So I make a lot of Colombian platters that for them it's just like, what is this? And for me it's like, yay. So like I know a lot, like know cooking a lot right now. I have learned so much, but every time that I have tried something like different, my in-laws don't like, they don't like Western food. So like for my husband's birthday, I decided to prepare like a grilled chicken, and it was like a horrible invention. It tasted very bad, and everyone was like. And my mother-in-law cooks very well, so like sometimes I feel like a little anxious that she cooks very well, and I spoiled everything. And if so I have been in a process of like learning and learning to love cooking again. I love cooking subjis. I love cooking like normal food, but I don't like spending a lot of time in the kitchen. I am very practical. I just like things like sabji and chawal and dal is just like super easy. But when I have to like over create things and spend a lot of time, I can't. And I am very bad with the heat. Like I don't like hot weather, and here it's like ridiculously hot. So like getting into the kitchen and sweating is just like unbearable. So I get very stressed out. So it's just like I just like doing things very quick, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So like I have made my husband like understood that I am just going to play between the timings, and like I can do things very easy and very quick, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time. So like it has been a process of like adapting a little bit to Indian food, because of course Indian food, like health wise, for me Indian food has been better than Colombian food. Because I suffered a lot from IBS and gastritis, constipation, well, a lot of things. So I started eating Indian food, and we started getting better. I started losing weight. So like I really like Indian food, but like I like being practical. So it has been a little bit of a process, and sometimes
Tricky.
I like preparing Colombian things. My husband likes that, but of course my in-laws don't like. It doesn't taste like anything, so they're like, "What is this?"
I
So
have
like,
a friend who says she said she told me her husband used to tell her, "Oh no, I cannot stand chicken from the night before, from the day before. It's not fresh." Or I mean, the cooked one that she kept apart. So that may be understandable, but the one that she said, "No, we cannot do buying because I like my chicken fresh and all those things." And she was like, "This is so inconvenient. I mean, who wants to be outside in this hot?"
yeah, but for example, my mother-in-law is very traditional in that. So like we don't like, we cook every single day. We don't like the fridge. The freezer is just to save a little bit of ata or something, but we don't save anything. Like we don't refrigerate anything. All the vegetables are fresh. The chicken it's bought the day, like the same day. So we are like very, very strict in that thing. Like our diet is very, very healthy.
Yeah.
So that has been something very good for me, because I have learned a lot. So also it's a headache, because I'm like, how am I going to manage when I am not here? But
At
I
least
have learned one
started.
of two things. Sorry?
For my baby, I started to do a little bit batching
Yeah.
because I mean batch food because
Yeah.
I mean I have don't have much time. Say hi, Susan. She's here.
Hiding.
Hello.
Hi.
Hola.
Hello.
Hola. Yeah, and as for the roti, I am very bad. I decided my rotis are squared or triangular. I don't care, because they never end up in the same size or shape or whatever. My mother-in-law gets very fed up about it. So
No,
sometimes I just do the batter, because I can't make them round. Like it's impossible.
Yes, yes,
Like they get they how do you say, they make like a globe. You
yes.
know, but they're not round. It's just like they're just like a dough, like You know, like the shape is horrible, and my mother-in-law is like, "Are you kidding me?" Like I don't know. So I have invented, like I take some tapas, you know, like leads, and I put it and I cut it, you know, like I have
I used to
created,
do that.
yeah, because that is the only way they can become round. If not, it's
Yeah.
impossible. They don't
Yeah.
end up being round.
But my husband, it's like the whole truth is him. He can make. No,
Yeah,
I mean,
that is also like tampoco. They make like 30 rotis. I'm like, yeah, that is too much. I can make three. I
Now,
make Colombian food, so I make arepas and I make all these things. But yeah, it's been a process to like learning how to love Indian food, like to prepare Indian food. My mother-in-law is like Karen's mother-in-law, like she is completely against having someone cooking here. Like she doesn't even understand, like, you know, like it's unbearable. And
Yeah.
I always tell my husband, like, why not? You can just teach her, no? It's just like, you know.
Rosalie,
But for her, it's just like it's something that it can't be done, you know. It's
my
you
husband,
like
mom,
that is the way she that is her way, no. It's very
mhm.
like it's beautiful in a way. I don't understand it very well, uh,
My husband, I
but
mean, was
it's
here, and he told me, he just told me, I'm listening, eh? Why you are not, you are the only one who doesn't make roti.
you will have
you're
problems
going to
at
have
night.
problems. You're going to have problems at home because you're the only one who doesn't cook.
No, no.
Yes, and since you started telling that, okay, Colombian food is very different, I want to ask you what are the main differences between, let's say, Colombian, Mexican food, and Indian food?
The thing is, I'm going to start because I am the most different from you guys. Um, Colombian food, we don't have spices at all. Like, we don't use spices. There is no sense of spices. We don't
No?
understand what the spices are. No, nothing. So, like,
Wow.
sometimes we prepare like a pico de gallo or something that is like onions and like a tomato and a little bit of spice, but the food in it like itself doesn't have that is like a we prepare like a chutney, you know, so like you can add to the food, but that doesn't mean that the food will taste like that, you know. So it's not spicy at all, so we use salt, and like if you want to get spice it up, you put a little bit of pepper, but we don't use chili, we don't, you know. So, for example, for my husband, it's like, what is this? It doesn't taste like anything, you know?
For me
Now,
also, it looked like what is that?
now that I am pregnant, I just like, for me, cooking is making a salad pasta and the like boiled vegetables with salt. That is it. I don't put any spicy, any turmeric, any chili,
No.
nothing. So
So your
like
husband, he doesn't like Colombian food, or does he like
well,
something?
he likes some things, but like I need to spice it up a little bit, like, you know, add a little bit of black pepper or something, so it tastes like something. He used to love like the chutney that I say that it's like the ají we use. For example, we buy a lot of, in Mexico, Cholula, that it's like a little bit of, you know, but it's not that spice because we are not used to that. So like all the food, for example, once my best friend invited us for a dinner, and we prepared something that is called lomo al trapo, that it's like meat all
Yeah.
covered in salt, and then you just wrap it up with like a piece of cloth, and you just put it in a fire pit, and you just cook it like that. And then, like, of course the salt will get like a little crust, and then it just is meat with salt. And my husband was like, why would you eat this? Like, it is salty. It doesn't taste like any, you know. Indian food, and for example meats are very well cooked, like 5 hours, 6 hours. Mutton, you can cook it for hours, no.
Yeah.
And in Colombia, they eat a lot of they say carne punto azul, that means like the meat is like raw. You know, you can see the blood and everything. So like for Indians, that is like unthinkable. Why would you eat meat and like raw?
It's
That
too
is
much.
like, you know. So like the culture is very different, and as I said, like especially my mom worked all her life, so like she's very practical. She makes the
Yeah.
breakfast very fast. What are we going to eat for lunch? Da, 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 you know. Um, something it's very very practical, and like she doesn't spend 3 hours in the kitchen. That is like not going to
Yeah.
happen, you know. So that for me has been a very big thing, because when I used to cook in Colombia, like you have to wait for the onions to be like, you know, you look in YouTube for Indian dishes and it's like you have to wait for the onions to be gold and red and so like when I cook, my husband is like, the onion is raw. I'm like, how do you know the onion is raw? It's like, because I know. I'm like, what? You know?
By the smell, no? They say
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
now
smell
I
has to go
understand.
away, and then you know it. It's like,
Now I understand, but like in the beginning, I was like, then you cook, you know, like what do you mean it's raw, you know? Because for us, it's just like very, very easy. So, yeah, Colombian food is like nothing like Indian food. We prepare beans, but our beans are not the same. We prepare lentils, but our lentils are like nothing. We never ever in our life use garlic and ginger paste.
Mhm.
Nothing,
Yeah.
like never. And like the spices we use, as I said, it's salt and pepper. We don't put curcuma, turmeric. We don't put coriander seed and like all these things. It's just it's too much. So
And
our food is very bland for Indians, and like for us is okay, but for Indians it's like, what are you saying? Like, is that really food?
and Mexican food, is it more spicy than Colombian? I just wonder because probably it's also different. I would
Than
imagine there are so
Colombian,
many
yes.
countries.
No,
Yeah.
oh, Mexican food is nothing like Colombian food.
Yeah? Really? It's basically
Nothing like it.
different. Okay,
No,
girls.
because in
And what is
Mexico,
the main difference?
in Mexico they eat chili. We don't.
Ah, okay.
So Mexican food is spicy and is tasty in a way. Like for me, Colombian food is tasty, but Mexican food is very sazoned. You know, like they use a lot of flavors.
Ah,
We
okay.
don't. We
Mm-hmm.
don't. We assassinated. We don't use a lot of flavors. We just like, you know, like one of my favorite dishes in Colombia is ajiaco. It's a soup with 5 types of potato, and the main ingredient is huasca, that it's like a herb. But
Mm-hmm.
like it's a soup with potato, chicken, and herbs, you know. But it doesn't
Yeah.
have any spicy, any chili, you know. So like, of course, in Colombia we eat Mexican food, we eat burritos, we eat tacos. Now that I'm pregnant, I always crave for like quesadillas. I don't know why, like tacos. You know, I like Mexican food a lot, a lot. I am really fond of Mexican food, but
who cannot like it?
it's very different from Indian food. Like the spices you use in Mexico, even though like there's some Mexicans, and you are going to talk about it, but there's some Mexicans that eat a lot of spice, like way too much spice. It's different. Like the food doesn't, it's not as spicy as in India. Like because in India it's like a lot.
Yeah. So for Mexican girls, it was probably a little bit more easy to adjust to Indian food, or maybe not. How was it for you? What are the main differences between Mexican food and Indian food?
I want to ask first, where in Mexico are you from?
Jalisco.
Eh?
Jalisco.
I,
Peru?
Tequila
Andy?
Jalisco.
I am from Mérida, from Yucatan, but
Oh,
I
beautiful.
lived in Guadalajara for the last 20 years.
Ah, you were working, studying? What were you doing there?
No, I
Or
was a
just
teacher. I mean, well,
Okay. Oh.
moved when I was
So you know tequila, tlaquepaque. You went out.
yeah,
Yes.
I moved there because of my parents, my father's job. So, I mean, I was
Okay.
born, raised till 10 years old in Mérida,
Okay.
but I lived most of my life in Guadalajara because it's also
Okay.
different. I mean, the cuisine is different from.
Yes. So Guadalajara, birria. You try birria.
I love beef
Birria.
very much. Yeah, the barbacoa tacos, which is, I mean,
Yes.
it's a different thing from whatever people know as barbacoa. It is very good, very
Yes.
tasty. Tortas ahogadas, I love them very much.
Uh,
Say
Oh
hi.
yes.
My daughter is saying hi.
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 Yes.
I don't
Is it
like
only 10 or you
the
have
thing
more?
you eat with chocolate. What is it called?
Mole.
Wow.
Mole?
No. Mm.
Oh,
Husband also doesn't like mole, but I'm sorry. I love it.
you don't like mole?
No,
No,
you put like something
Oh,
like
okay.
cocoa or something cacao. Wow.
your body.
It's like if you don't like, I mean, if you're like Mexican and you don't like chilaquiles or enchiladas, it's like, I mean, I don't know who you are, but you're not Mexican. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it is very similar. I mean, yeah, because we like mole, pipián,
Yeah.
what else can be?
Pozole.
Pozole.
Awesome.
I mean, these dishes have many spices, and that's what resembles the Indian food. Even
Ah,
the barbacoa or the birria from
yes.
Jalisco State. I remember once my cook prepared some chicken curry. I mean, it was exactly like birria. I was eating chicken birria, and I was like,
What?
Yes, I am very different from them.
yeah.
Yeah.
As in Colombian food, Erika is
Yeah.
saying that our food, some parts of our food are not spicy per se. When you add the sauces, that is
Yes.
when it makes it spicy.
Yeah.
So
But
we
it's
have
not cooked with spice.
exactly, it's not cooked with spice. We just add
That is the
the
difference with Indian food.
after. Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have these two sides, the non-spicy, I mean not cooked spicy,
Yeah.
and the other one, but it's also not that spicy. I mean, it's less and the different combinations. That's what
Yes,
I found.
definitely.
Although
Yes, I
Mexicans
agree.
are animals to eat chili, they just like eat it like like without a problem, and you're like, you're going to die. It's like,
Yeah.
no, we don't die.
No,
It's good.
we have gastritis, colitis, we have everything, but we don't care. I mean,
Yes.
we
They
we're
eat
still eating that.
they eat
Yes.
chili like crazy.
Omeprazole, anything come. We want to stop eating spicy.
Yeah.
In my family, it's not much like that because my mom actually had a very bad. I mean, she was very badly ill in her
Oh,
Oh.
something. I mean, so she didn't cook with a lot of spices. So I started eating a lot of spice probably when I was 17, 18. I mean that I will outside more and be with other friends, etc. So that's when I experimented with more spice. But yeah, it's true. Mexicans love. I mean, you go to any Mexican restaurant, and the first you see is a huge bowl what we call molcajete with jalapenos in brine. Very good. And you are waiting for your food to come, and you are eating the chilies, the carrots.
Yeah.
because comes with carrots.
totopos.
Those carrots. I used to eat them. I
Ay,
will not eat them.
totopos. I've been craving for
I
totopos and
think
nachos so much
yes,
lately.
my husband only go to restaurants in Mexico for totopos and salsa picada, so salsa y tomate, tomato, onion, and cilantro like that. He can eat that forever. I mean, he only goes for that. Yes.
I think one of the main like differences between Indian food and like Colombian food or Mexican, not all Indian food, but it's the non-veg, because in Colombia we are very non-veg, like meat,
Yeah.
chicken, and fish a lot. And for example, here we eat once a week non-veg or something. So like, and there like a lot of families don't eat non-veg food, no. So in Colombia, for example, like my parents would never imagine their life without eating animal. It's like, but what do you mean? Like, how do you survive? It's like with vegetables. It's like, no, I can't. I will die. No, I thought that marrying an Indian would be easier to become vegetarian, but like my husband is very non-vegetarian.
You are
So
not lucky. Most of
yeah,
Indians are vegetarians.
yeah, my husband is not. So
Jesus,
it's a problem.
no, no, we are non-veg. Tell them we are non-veg too.
Yes, I don't like non-veg that much, so like I prefer vegetarian food. But in Colombia, like for me, it's a pain in the ass, because going to Colombia, like I can't eat most of the things because there is a lot of animal and they eat a lot of meat. And
Yeah.
I don't eat meat, like red meat at all. I don't eat mutton. I don't. So like
Mhm.
all of these things, I think it's the main difference between us. And as I said, my father is diabetic, and my mom has some problems like in her like sometimes cholesterol and everything. And I'm just like, so become vegetarian. She's like, that is, how can I live? Like, how I will starve to death. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
starve.
I would say, well, since I came to know Indian food, I can say I can live on veg
Yeah,
because it is
you
Yes.
learn in India that you can live with vegetables without a
exactly.
problem. You're
I
not going to
really
die.
don't eat that much
Yes.
my food because food here is very tasty. I mean, besides everything,
Yeah.
Indian is very tasty. Their veggies are very tasty. Sorry. My camaraderie is doing some changes.
But actually, because before coming to India, I went to Mexico as a farewell for me. My parents took me to Mexico to celebrate El Día de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, in
Yeah,
November. So I went to Mexico, Día de los Muertos, and Mexico is worse than Colombia in non-veg. Like for you being
Yes.
vegetarian in Mexico, you just eat cheese and nachos. And I arrived to India weighing like 15 kilos more. I was like really, really fat when I came to India, because I ate just fat in Mexico, because I was vegetarian. So I didn't eat tacos or anything. I just eat cheese and more cheese and quesadillas and more cheese. Like,
yeah.
Chilaquiles also. Chilaquiles you can eat
yeah, but then
chilaquiles.
it's very like, it is very
Yes.
difficult to find pure vegetarian food in
Yeah,
Mexico. Like the good food
Yes.
in Mexico, it's non-vegetarian.
yes,
I think oh, sorry. Here in India, you can put like this dhania powder
Yeah,
and garam masala and turmeric and red chili and cumin powder, and you have a delicious dish no matter
yes,
what. It's like in Mexico, we say that you put salt, lemon, and chili, and you can eat everything. In India, you put masala, and you can eat everything. Like it will be
exactly.
tasty.
Yeah, that is the secret to food.
yes. Yeah.
So that's really interesting for me to listen about differences, because according to me, South American dishes are pretty similar, but I see it's not
No,
the
no,
case. No.
no, not at all. And if you speak to Peruvian people or Bolivian or Ecuadorian, it's nothing like it. Nothing
Yeah.
like it.
Next time we should invite someone from Peru.
No,
Because one girl from Argentina, I don't know
Peruvian
how.
food is very different. Very, very. And Argentinian food, you have no idea. It's very, like, it's nothing like it.
That's amazing. Yes, yes,
That's for sure. I mean, we love food in
Yeah.
this home, and we try a lot of things in general. And yeah, I mean, our South American food is very, very different from.
Yeah, it's like going. It's completely different.
Yeah. So I didn't try so much. I think mainly I tried Mexican food. It's very popular everywhere. I think even abroad you can find Mexican restaurants mainly. I didn't see any other types, to be honest, or maybe I didn't check. But I would love to try some different types. It's very interesting to listen. And one more question I would like to ask all of you. Uh, is there something what you really miss a lot from your country?
Oh my God, yes. I have to go because I have a meeting at 6:30.
Yes,
But
we
I
are
will
going
start.
to stop. Yes, soon. Yes, just 5
Eh,
minutes.
I miss a lot. Like when you were a child and like all these snacks that your mom would put in your lunchbox, like that. So like I am fond of chocoramo, that it's like a little cake with chocolate that my mom would send, and we used to eat it with yogurt or poni malta, that it's a drink. I am like super traditional in Colombian snacks. So like I
Yeah.
miss them so much. Every time someone comes from Colombia, I'm like, Mama, por favor, like I want chocolate. I want. And when I went to Colombia in January. I brought like a bag of Colombian snacks because I love that. And there's a platter, two platters, that it's a ajiaco. It's the soup that I was talking about, and bandeja paisa in Medellin, Colombia. We eat a platter that it's like a Colombian platter is called, and it has beans, it has rice, it has meat, it has avocado, it has a lot of things. And that platter is like my favorite platter. So
Mhm.
sometimes I'm just like, I want that. So yeah, I miss a lot of Colombian food. I'm like very fond with Colombian food. And sometimes I miss Mexican food as well. So I'm like, okay, I can eat Mexican too. Like for
I,
example, I love how this powder, the powder you put in the fruit in
Tajín.
Tajín.
Mexico. No, the other one, Miguelito. Oh my God,
Miguelito. Miguelito.
I love it so much. I would
Yeah.
buy it in Mexico. I'm like, "Ugh," like I love it so much. It's so
Chamoy,
good.
Miguelito, Tajín.
Chamoy, chamoy.
You know
Ah,
what about chamoy? Just yesterday, I found a pickle here that tastes pretty much like that. It's something google. I will find it later.
yes, send it to me,
Yes,
please.
please share with me. Yes.
And
Oh, yes. My bottle.
Pickle.
the watermelon thing that has Miguelito also.
Yeah,
It's so
that
good.
one.
Yeah.
That's to me the achar tastes like that
No,
sandia,
no, no,
like that
no.
watermelon. No, well, maybe.
Share with me what type of achar. Share with me the label, la marca, so I can get it because I have tried achar, but it doesn't taste like that. But I want to try that. What you say? So please share with me. See if
Maybe
I
you
can
will
get it.
find something similar from that tastes
It's
similar
something,
to your dish.
someone's choice, other something. I will look for it because I mean I know it is in my mother-in-law's place. That's where I tried it, and then 2 days back I went to one of the stores nearby and I asked if they had one. They have that they did. So I know and I love it because it tastes like chamoy to some extent, like this tamarind.
Ah, okay.
Awesome.
That's nice. And what do you miss the most out of your Mexican food?
I don't know because I really don't miss that
Or
much.
you don't miss anything?
No, pretty much. I mean, maybe the meat and like having a nice steak or a burger that tastes because here, I mean, we have I have had beef here, but it's overcooked, right? I mean, that's how Indians cook meat, so it doesn't taste like that. But not in general, when I have cravings, I make something Indo-Mexican. I managed to do. I have made them frijoladas, which is like enchiladas, but instead of the red sauce, is with beans.
But with that, which tortilla you make them? With which tortilla you use?
Roti. I use roti.
Roti. Me too.
I'm too late. Sorry. When I was pregnant, for the first 2-3 months, I was not able to have like Indian food a lot, but also I didn't have any craving of Mexican food. So it was difficult for me to find something to eat because in my mind was blank. Like, what can I do? And that's when, for example, I discovered the enfrijoladas. Then I decided for the chilaquiles. And yeah, I mean, I use the roti dough.
You make chilaquiles with roti?
Yes, and they taste very good.
Send me the recipe, please share with me. Oh my God. Please.
Try the rotis. To make the.
But they fry good because they're a little gross, motif.
I mean, well, if you make
really
slimmer, that's fine. My cook makes them thin. So,
okay.
and I ask her to cook them well because sometimes they are not fully cooked, and those, of course, they don't dry well. But if they are well cooked,
I will try
like that. And I use tomato paste. Tomato paste, and I add a little bit sugar because the one here is very bitter.
Okay.
And and that's how I make them. Wait a minute, I need to rescue my daughter.
Okay.
I will need to jump out. I need to go.
Are you going? You have to go?
Yes, I have a meeting at 6:30. So I'll
Yes.
But not necessary.
Okay.
Yes, we are going.
Nice to meet you, Erika.
Yeah,
nice
we
to
are going
meet you
just to
too.
go.
I hope we can jump again in a call and I hope we can stay in touch.
Yes,
Yes,
we will
of
just
course.
also. Yes, sorry. Yes. Yeah, you want to say something?
Bye.
Okay, thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Take
And
care.
we are going to just discuss this question when we are going to stop also soon. Thanks a lot
Okay.
for sharing.
Thank you
your
so
experience.
much. And I love meeting you all.
And I
Bye.
hope you
Thanks. Same here.
think about next topic. See you.
Yes. See you. Bye.
See you. Okay, girls. Now you tell me, what do you miss the most? And we are going to stop anyway soon. Yeah, just discuss this because it's kind of interesting to know. We all miss something from our childhood that we are used to some specific test, and of course in India it's different, and you need to adjust to it as well. And is there something what you can't find in India, because now in big cities you can find mainly anything, but something.
Yes, exactly.
Now you just start.
Yes. Sorry.
No, you.
Yes. But actually, it was. I was saying you the last conversation we had that it was not difficult to me to adapt to Indian cuisine because I like food. I mean, where I go, I like the food. It's difficult that something I don't like. So of course I miss Mexican food, and sometimes at the beginning I managed to bring with me some powder to make tortillas here, but I was thinking that the flavor, it was not the same, the consistency also is not the same, so it was too much trouble, and I was not getting the flavor. So I thought that, okay, I'm here in India, so I am going to eat Indian food. When I go to Mexico, I will eat Mexican food, and just like that, no? And yes, sometimes I miss this sour, sweet flavor. That's the thing like we like. Just now, I have bought jalapenos, and I am eating like with every dish, every plate, no? I'm eating, and it doesn't taste as in Mexico. jalapenos, like they don't taste same here. But that's what there is here, so I eat. But that's the only thing. Sometimes, yes, I want chilaquiles, and maybe because Instagram and Facebook, I saw the post of my friends like the plate of chilaquiles of enchiladas. It's like, oh my god, I'm going to kill you. But I like it's not too difficult for me. Like I don't suffer a lot. I'm not crying like for that. So yes, I think I'm adapted now here in India.
It's same with me. When I came, I packed. I love a lot like scrapbooking and stuff, and I have a huge stock of things. So that was the first thing I packed, actually, because I did my research. What could be found in India about this, and apparently it was not much. Then I realized I didn't do enough research, but that's different. So I packed everything, my scrapbooking stuff, then my clothes, and I said, nah, I'm going to go India. I want to try the Indian food. I know.
Okay.
And no, I didn't pack anything of Mexican food. Now, I mean, when I go back to Mexico, I am definitely going to bring some sauces, maybe some mole to cook that I know. I mean, but besides that, pretty much. I mean, the sour sweets too, but like that I really miss something. Not much. I adapt my dishes to India,
Like
and
Mexican.
and I am glad that my husband loves them too. Actually, he likes this. He tells me, "Oh, let's get the fried quesadillas." He loves them very much. And believe it or not, you can make it with ata, with the same dough.
Ah.
Yeah, and it tastes pretty much the rotis fried, or the dough fried, tastes pretty much like our tortillas, like our.
Yes, I have done that like empanada, or we call it empanada, what is fried, or quesadilla. I have made that, but I have never thought like in chilaquiles, because it's like maybe if it is chapati, the chapati like a more Latin,
Thicker.
is thinner. Yes, so I don't make a good chapati, but I will try. So after that, I will try to make chilaquiles. So I will.
Yes, and it
Let's
tastes
see.
very good. I mean, that calmed my craving of chilaquiles. Very good. And I put chicken on them. I like only the boiled one, but my husband loves,
Okay.
like, no, cook it more, okay? A little bit more with salt and pepper, and they taste very good.
Okay, I will try definitely.
So your husbands, they like Mexican food. Do you cook often Mexican food at home, or mainly Indian?
Pues I cook mainly Indian because actually I don't know how to cook like Mexican food. I like to eat it, but it's not like I'm expert cooking in Mexican food, no. So I think I cook mainly Indian because my husband enjoys too much Indian food. So yes.
In our home, it's mostly Indian because we have a cook.
You tell him, now cook Mexican. Now I want you to make chilaquiles.
when there is a craving, I step up, and yeah, we have quesadillas. The fried quesadillas, the chilaquiles, enfrijoladas, even the green tomato. It is rarely found here, but even when it's found, my husband is the one who spots them better than I do.
Okay.
He knows that whenever there is the green tomato, he brings it home. And
In what time? In what time you can find green tomato?
I don't know I forgot. No, Susan, wait. The street vendors. I mean, we buy our vegetables from the streets regularly.
I cannot find it. I have to look for every
Yeah,
I have no found.
I mean, and when we have found, they are very little. I mean, the quantity they bring is little, so it's like that. But that's how I found. I haven't seen them in supermarkets. No, I only seen them in the market or the open market. Very rarely. The ones who bring them is the street vendors. And yeah, we make the raw salsa with them. When we have enough, I prepare chicken in green sauce. The green tomato sauce and the salsa, the raw salsa. That's how we cook. And if not, only we submit it to vote. What do you want to eat? The salsa or the chicken?
And one thing I wanted to ask you, are Indian vegetables and fruits are very different from Mexican one, or do you have something similar? Or like maybe the same fruit and vegetables, or there is nothing to do, they're very different? Because I don't know about it, so are there something similar you can find in India, what you have in Mexico?
No, we have pretty much the same fruits, right? I guess. Few different.
Yeah.
But
vegetables just are different, no? Because they have like Kerala, Loki. They have a lot of vegetables that I have
Never
not
seen-
seen in Mexico. Yes, yes.
yeah, but the fruits are pretty much similar. Few extra.
Only here you cannot find. I don't know if you can find jicama.
Yes,
Because where?
it is called. I can't remember right now the name. I've been in contact with you, but yeah,
Please.
I remember the first time I saw them, I was not sure, and I asked my husband, "Okay, bring them. Let's buy. Let's try." And
Okay.
taste it. I was like,
It was good. No, Mentes, no. I haven't found that. It's like I don't know if it's fruit or vegetable. It doesn't have a strong flavor, but we like a lot, and with tajin and chamoy and like that. It's like oh my God, yes.
it's called Mexican turnip. The English they call it
Okay.
Mexican turnip. And yeah, it's light in flavor. Here at least in West Bengal, they use it in Chinese food. They put it in their gravies and stuff. They complete it with this laush. No, no, it's laush. I cannot remember right now. I think I have it in my mouth, but I cannot say it. I remember something cash. I can't do it. I will find it and I'll tell you later. But
Yes, please.
it is here, that one, the guava, because here in my neighborhood, there's a guy that exclusively sells guavas, and he comes and sells like piara, piara. And I thought, what kind of fruit is this? And one day what's up, Susanita? Shall we sing? Sorry.
You have to sing now. Now you compromise.
So, one day I ate it at my in-laws, and I realized what it was. Oh, this is guava. So yeah, only seeing them and tasting them is sometimes when I realize what kind of
Yeah.
fruit it is. But pretty much we have the same mangoes, bananas,
Yeah.
apples.
So you're used to it, yeah. For me, it's like totally different fruits, and most of them I never tried. What you mentioned now, I think even in India, all fruits are seasonal. Like if you come in, like let's say in autumn, you will not find many fruits. You will not find mango. You have to come in May. So I was disappointed because I love mangoes, but I never get chance to eat them. Like whenever I go to India, there are no mangoes and only limited fruits. Like one time I came, I saw only apples and bananas. I say, come on, I can eat it here. I want something different.
Yes, that happens here that everything like is seasonal, and I think it's good, but also like if you're craving for something like you cannot find. Yes.
Yeah,
Like that. We love our fruits with this powder tajin, and not have the tajin to pair it with these delicious fruits. It's like
this time I brought 2 bottles of tajin, 2 small bottles, and my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law like it too much, so I moved here in Mumbai like 3 months ago. So I live there like 1 bottle, and I am like how can I say, like saving like like
Yeah.
very much, like a little bit
Yeah.
here, like I don't want to finish, so yes, it's like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, some things you really like so much, and some things I think Indians also like. Probably Mexican food is very popular everywhere, not only in
Yes,
Mexico. Yeah, so I'm sure you have Mexican restaurants in India, so it's possible to try if you. If,
I will have to
yes,
go because this one needs my attention.
yes,
yes.
are you?
Actually, also I have to go there because I have an interview like in
Yes,
15
yes.
minutes, I think.
Yes, I was going to stop. Anyway, it was like my last question I wanted to ask you, and I would like to thank you, girls. It was a
Oh,
really
yeah.
nice meeting you all, and I had a lot of fun. Yeah, you are so cheerful. I think South American people, they're the most cheerful people in the world. Yeah, I'm sure about that. I really love talking to you, and I hope we will meet again sometime. Maybe you can think about some other topics we can discuss. What is interesting for you? So it would be my pleasure to meet you again. Thank you so much, and have a nice evening.
No,
Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much for the space also. Nice to meet you, Lorena. Also, it was a pleasure to have a chat with you, and have a good day. I love
you
you.
Thank
guys,
you.
let's do it more often.
Thanks a
Definitely.
lot. Okay, see
I
you
mean,
again. Bye bye.
bye
Have a nice
bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.